All right, let's stay with the story and take you live now to our reporter, Mnisi, who's outside the High Court in Pretoria ahead of that case kicking off. And Linda, of course, given that Netflix docuseries that was released just recently, there are so many questions still as this case gets underway today.
Indeed, Michelle, and it's quite interesting looking at how the matter has evolved over the years. You know, the public has been calling for arrests in this matter, and you'll remember there was a gentleman in Vosloorus who was arrested in connection with this murder but was later released. Now, the last time we spoke to that gentleman, he said that he was going to sue the state given the fact that he was wrongfully arrested. Now, we heard of the 5 men being arrested in connection with the murder of former Bafana Bafana captain Senzo Meyiwa. Now, we saw them appear in the lower courts and will now be standing trial here at the Pretoria High Court. It's interesting, Michelle, that we've gotten to this point, given the fact that also there was a theory around how 2 men entered into the house and it was a robbery gone wrong. You speak of that documentary that reveals multiple layers to this particular crime and how these 5 men were arrested. So it's quite interesting because from what we've heard so far, it appears as though these are the men that allegedly carried out the crime. But will this court be able to convict them? And it will be also interesting to look at the evidence that is brought forward by the state to try and link them to the murder of Senzo Meyiwa. There are big questions around why the most prized possession in the yard was not taken when this was supposed to be a robbery, Michelle. One cell phone only taken when there was about 7 people in that particular house who all had cell phones. So it will be interesting to hear what evidence the state will lead inside the court behind me.
And do we have a sense this morning, Linda, about the state's case?
Well, not at the moment, Michelle, and it's only when the matter starts that we'll have a sense of what direction the state is likely to take, the number of witnesses that it's likely to bring to the stand throughout this particular trial. We already have indications from the defense side that they're intending on bringing a special plea in the matter. They've maintained their innocence, that they don't know or are not linked to the murder of Senzo Meyiwa. So it looks like it will, of course, be a while before this particular matter starts, given, of course, what the state has already indicated.
I suppose people who are watching and who have been following this case, Linda, will be asking whether those people who were in the house on the night of the murder, whether indeed they will take the stand. Kelly Khumalo's mom, Kelly Khumalo herself, her sister, Senzo Meyiwa's 2 very good friends, and Longwe Twala.
Indeed, Michelle, that's one of the big questions. Also, given the fact that they've all given police statements, and to what extent those statements could be true. A lot of focus, of course, will be on what, Kelly Khumalo has to say, if indeed the state will bring her to the stand in terms of what could have transpired in that house. Because largely, Michelle, what happened in that house remains a mystery. 8 years down the line, nobody really knows what exactly happened. So it will be interesting to get to the details. Trials like these are often the ones where we get to the truth and get to exactly hear what exactly happened. But if it is found that the men that have been arrested have no link to this particular crime, then of course it will be a big blow for the state, given the number of years that we've waited to get here.
Absolutely. South Africans, no doubt, will be watching very closely, and of course the family of Senzo Meyiwa as well will be hoping that finally they can get closure to the matter. Linda Mnisi, thanks very much indeed for that update.